Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm going to do something about the pony on the front of my 2017 Mustang. In my opinion, it's just too kind of in your face. So I picked up some black plastic dip and some glossifier. Now don't cringe. I don't intend on doing a bunch of plastic dip to this car. Only this emblem. I think I'm probably going to like the results of it being black, and if that's the case, I'll go ahead and replace the running pony. But for now, I've already spent quite enough on this car. I've got a bunch of stuff coming, so rather than, you know, spend an extra $100 or $200 on all new emblems, I'm just going to probably black them out. I just think on this car it's going to look a lot better. So I'm going to go ahead and tape off around it. I got some newspaper just to eliminate the overspray, and I'll start giving it some coats. So probably about 5 or 6 coats and a couple coats of the the glossifier. In my opinion, the glossifier is super important because it takes it from the flat black finish, gives it just the right amount of sheen. So let me get this taped up. Stay tuned. Okay, I've got this sufficiently taped up. Again, I just want to emphasize this is just for overspray. It's really hard to tape up the actual pony. So I've got the plastic trim around it taped up, and any of the plastic dip that gets on the trim will just easily peel off. I also want to mention that I did clean that with paper towel and some window cleaner. So I'm ready to start applying. I'll get a few coats on here and I'll show you the progress. I have a couple coats on there and it's actually covering pretty well. A lot better than I expected going over shiny chrome. So I think I'm really going to like the way this looks. A couple more coats. I've got about 6 coats of the black on there and it's all done. It's nice and dry. Be hard to see, there you go. So I'm going to go ahead and put a couple coats of this glossifier on there. And in my opinion, that's what gives it the pop. So I'll get that done. Show you the difference. While I'm waiting for the plastic dip to dry, I'm going to go ahead and start this other mod here. I got a GT350 start button. And I got this from, actually I got this on eBay, but it's obviously a Ford part. But I think instead of tearing apart the whole car like it wants you to do with this 33-page instruction manual, I'm just going to use the CJ Pony Parts method of taking a pick and carefully picking off the old one. If the old one breaks, I don't care because I'll have the new one. But it's got these tabs on the back. Sorry, it's not focusing. I'll set this down here. And there we go. In theory, it should be pretty simple, so I'll give it a shot. I think like I said, the only one that might break would be the old button, but I don't care about that if it does. So stay tuned. Okay, here in the car you can see the factory button next to the GT350 button. They're exactly the same, other than just the color. So according to CJ Pony Parts, you need to take a pick and carefully stick it under there and kind of pry it out while you're pushing on the 2 tabs, which are located approximately here and here underside. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And they do recommend disconnecting your battery, obviously because this is the start button. With the manual transmission, I don't know that that's, I mean, the car's not going to start unless you have your foot on the brake and the clutch. So in my case, I'll give it a try. If it's not going to work, I will disconnect the battery. But I don't know that it's necessary with the manual transmission. So wish me luck. Well, I was able to get the factory one off, actually without breaking it or damaging it at all. So the trick is just to stick the pick right here, give it a little pressure, one side will pop up, and then gently just wiggle it until you get the top side to pop off. So now I think all you have to do is just go ahead and stick the new button on there, which I should be able to do while I'm filming. And there it is. I like the way it looks. A lot easier to spot, identify. The thing I find when I'm showing people this car, the one thing they get in and they can't seem to find the start button because it just kind of blended in, but now there should be no question. So I want to say this thing was 30 some bucks, or this one I should say. It's a lot of money for what it is, but it's kind of like just one simple investment, and now that I know that I can pop that one off pretty easily if I want to, I can take it if I ever sell the car, but I doubt it'll be worth it. So let's go check on the emblem, see if that plastic dip's dry. Well, I found that when I pulled the paper off, little bottom, the edge right there wasn't covered, so I just did a touch up waiting for that to dry, and then I'll spot in the plasticizer over top, or the glossifier, I keep calling it the wrong thing, and then it should be done. So another couple minutes. And here's the front end all blacked out. I'm really happy with the way it looks. I think the glossifier makes all the difference. It's probably not coming through on camera, but it's got a nice sheen to it that's somewhere between glossy and satin. So it definitely kind of stands out amongst the grille. And I actually like the grille, I don't mind it. A lot of people seem to change the grills out, but I'm gonna leave this for now. And I will do a reveal, I guess, out in the sunlight. Not that it's sunny at the moment, it's kind of overcast. But I will do that in the coming days. And I hope you think about subscribing, because I do have a lot more videos of this Mustang coming, along with the Jeep and the Miata and the Prelude. So I did place an order for 3 pretty sizable items, and those will be coming in all during this week. So certainly by next weekend I will have more install videos coming, but for now, I think I've got about 75 miles on the car so far. I love it. Anyway, that's going to do it for today. One more shot. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the flip side.
Oh, come on, damn it! Oh, that sounds good.